Oh, well. Another victory, ladies and gentlemen. Another victory. And yes, we've dragged Mozza back in for tonight's live to suffer the pain of that defeat today. Anyway, all good fun and jokes aside. Evening to you all. Carl, how are we feeling after that victory today? Oh, is it frozen?
Carl is frozen.
Oh, no, you're completely delayed then for some reason. Don't say Restream's got to kick off again tonight.
Good old Restream.
Over the moon. Another top class performance. Nice to see a decent game at Home Park. I think we're slowly but surely turning the corner now. It reminded me very much like the Peterborough game. We were in control for large parts and just couldn't take the chances we had. So I think we should have gone in at probably 2-0 at half time, and then the Bin Pepple chance in the second half should have been game over. But it's good to see that we're defensively a lot more solid now. It looks like we've got identity at last. Everyone's playing for the shirt. Everyone's given 100%. The last few games, I can't really think of many players at all that have put in bad performances. They're all playing for each other. Confidence is growing. Cleverly starting to get a smile on his face. And the Feckle Green Army are now shouting Cleverly, LA. So there you go.
Funny how the tables turn. Andy, how are you feeling?
Relief, if anything, mate. I said the last 15, 20 minutes, it was Luton trying to sort of push for a goal, weren't they? And almost got it near the end, thanks to Howard saving it. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm glad we've got to get the points over the line. We're pushing up the league now.
Good. And Gavin, in hospitality, how was the vibe there today after the game?
Splendid. Very upbeat. 340, I think, in hospitality today. 5 match sponsors. It was like we were back in the champ. Beating Luton. Standard. Yeah, and that was really good. Really good. I've enjoyed. Thank you, Michael Hawkes. I always have to fake it. The only one on this whole podcast who was cleverly in all the way through. It was quite nice today to read some of our listeners and commentators who have been thoroughly pissing their bed wet through over the last few months.
I knew I'm going to be long.
On a sixpence and saying, you were right all along, Gav. No, they weren't saying that at all. They were just saying they're now sold back to cleverly ball, which is really nice, actually, all joking aside. He's worked his nuts off, I reckon, to get us where we are. He's got some players to play with now, and rightfully so. The Devonport end gave him a bit of a serenade at the end of the game with a few quite sickening. I hate all this shit now. Nonsense with all the. I don't know who started that, whichever manager did, but they were a knob. But yeah, really good. Very, very happy, buddy.
Good. There's going to be lots to talk about tonight, folks. And Mozza, just quickly then to start us from yourself, just sum it up in a few words. How are you feeling immediately after that?
I hate Cleverly. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Right. Well, what we'll do is We'll get his thoughts in a minute. Fair play to him for coming on. So, right, the comments are flying in. Let's get the show properly up and running. So, Plymouth Argyle made it not only back-to-back victories over Luton this season, but back-to-back wins at Home Park finally. Tom Cleverley's unchanged lineup delivered another solid performance, and Brendan Galloway getting the only goal of the game and his back-to-back goals at home. Plymouth Argyle not just unbeaten in 2026. We're unbeaten in the last 6 games in all competitions. There were some injury concerns, though, today, but the win sees Argyle move to 14th, but still 6 points off the playoffs. Has Cleverley turned Argyle's fortunes around? Well, he's telling everybody he has, but yes, he certainly has. And timing couldn't be more pivotal. Yeah, it was enjoyed that game today, and it was a solid performance. I got a couple of notables that we'll all give our thoughts on each player, but Yeah, what a difference. A few concerns with the likes of Rules going off, suspected hamstring, Wiradou, who came on for him with a calf problem, and Talai as well with a bit of a dead leg. He was told just to get up and see out the last few minutes after wanting to try and get subbed when he went down to the deck. But no, it was good. Mozza, I will come to you. We won't let you suffer for too long on the show, but... yeah, you watched it. You did your little watch along, I think, on TikTok, and I've never seen it before. But Andy actually joined you during the first half.
Yeah,
Really, that's so funny.
So we said in the lobby just then that it's almost like Wiltshire's trying to play that old Arsenal style of getting it out from the back and trying to break forward quickly, but it just doesn't. He doesn't have the players for it, does he? But how did you sum up your performance in that game today?
I think the first half was shocking. Second half, we looked like we turned up a corner. We looked more attacking with the substitution that we brought on in the 60th or 70th minute. I think it was Morris that came on 70th minute. And then finally, we looked like we were trying to hit the door, and unfortunately, we can't score. So I feel like it was a good result for you guys, and but I'm just a bit annoyed about our away form because we go to on Tuesday against Huddersfield. So yeah.
Is that am I right? Someone said to me today you haven't won away since November something.
Yeah, as I said yesterday, we haven't won a game away since November, so it would have been nice to turn up today and the players to turn up today, but I don't think a lot of them turn up until it's too late, basically. And obviously, Jack Wilshire's a little bit to blame, but mostly it's about the recruitment team and everything else, and the lack of investment and the bad decisions that the board have done. So yeah, and we're just, I don't know, we're just looking like we got all these strikers, but are they fit? Can they score a goal? And yeah.
It's so Mozza's sounding so much like we were not that long ago, gents. Yeah, very depressed. It's a big. I mean, Andy, you sort of speak to Mozza a lot on TikToks where you do your live. So if anybody else is on there, go check out Andy. I don't think he's ever off it, so you can catch him at any time of the day, morning, noon, and night. Nah, I'm joking. But it's we've suffered it, Andy, haven't we? And we said on Thursday night that Luton's form has been inconsistent. They still, are up there. But it was a good dominant performance by us that really just stopped them from being able to create today.
Yeah, it was a great performance. Again, the last sort of 15, 20 minutes was a bit squeaky bum time because I thought Luton were coming back into the game. I think once we brought Caleb Watts on, we sort of, our shape had to sort of change a bit, didn't it? With Rolls going off and Wiradou going off. So we had no sort of midfield general there. So we had to sit deeper, and that invited play on. But on the turning away, Mark, I think Cleds is doing well and turning us around and pushing us forward now. Great.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Gavin, anything you'd like to sort of give Mozza any sliver of hope from Luton today?
Keep the faith, son. Keep the faith. We all, well, when I say we all did, I did. It comes good. You've made a couple of good. The guy you put on the right wing, by the way, he's terrifying.
Yeah.
He is terrifyingly good. There was one point where there were 4 defenders around him, and he still got a beautiful crossing with his right foot. If you've got someone who can actually put the ball away, give the ball to him.
Mate, we could do as I think it was a game against Reading or something. We had like we won the game on XG, and then was like, I do not give a fudge about XG. I don't care. Literally. But I don't know. Just it is what it is. Like people blame Wilshere. Wilshere is not to blame. He's a small portion of the bigger problem. Similar to what is basically what I was having a chat with Andy, and obviously Andy was having questions about hit the board with you guys and everything else. You know what I mean? We have the same problems.
If you can get 1 or 2 wins on your belt on the bounce, it comes, and that's what we've had. We've had a bit of momentum. It'll be quite interesting now to see if we play you in the Virtu, because that'll be 3 times this season. If we can do the hat trick, we'll be very happy.
I'm hoping it is Luton now.
Don't invite me to the virtual one, okay?
Hey, you might do us on that occasion. You never know.
But yeah, no, I just feel like at home, when we play you in the Virtue Cup, we should be taking that trophy seriously. Like, I know it's not a lot of money, but it's a trophy at the end of the day to play for. And I don't know if we're gonna get the playoffs. There's only like 10 days off the window left for our recruitment team to strengthen in the window. So obviously we got Casey Palmer today from Hull. He looked good, but obviously very lightweight, so very easy to knock over and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? I miss the old days of actually having a goal scorer and like a crouch or whatever to head the ball. You know what I mean?
This league, you need some size and some strength, don't you? You can't play pretty.
No.
And I think TC at the beginning of the year thought, in his wildest aspirations, that we were going to play beautiful, free-flowing football, 4-2-3-1, and win every week. And then he soon got a rude awakening that it doesn't happen. And I think he's got the realisation now we're a bit crash bang wallop, but we still provide reasonably entertaining football. And my only criticism really of Wiltshire today is there was no plan B. There was you didn't have anyone to lump up top and pick up scraps and try and force a goal that way. So everything went through your centre halves, and we had that conversation on Thursday. The pace of ball is far too slow. And we just sat back, actually. And if you look at those that watch the analyst programme from Argyle TV, Aaron Cusack did a really good piece on what Talai and Peppel did, which is just mark the space in between passing through the middle of the pitch and let you go wide. That's exactly what we did today, and you just had no ideas until we started getting knackered. And that was that you need a plan B in this league, because you can't play through the thirds pretty, because the teams just don't let you. And there's just too many brutes in the middle of midfield in this league that will just hack you to pieces.
It also doesn't help, as I said yesterday, when we play like a Naismith, it will look really slow, and we need to really quick tempo to pass around, pass around and move and everything else. So obviously Naismith really slows the game down. So for me, he shouldn't be captain. For me, it should be Clark, and Naismith can go on the bench. And obviously, as I said yesterday, if we went 1-0 up, then we could have bought Naismith and gone defensive. But we need to be hitting the ground running, and we need to be showing on the front foot, and we need to create opportunities in the first half as well as the second half, not just turn up whenever, because it was very similar to the Exeter game, but we turned up and we created chances, we just couldn't finish, unlike Exeter.
Yeah, I tell you what I'll do. I'm just going to bring up the stats from the game. Sort of, again, Argyle with low possession, but not really letting Luton, create too much with the ball, but pressing them and forcing them back at times, was happening again today. But 33% to Argyle, 67% then to Luton today. XG-wise, 1.94 it was to Argyle, 1.36 to Luton. They did have some chances and 2 brilliant saves from Hazard, and that one right at the death, which I've got a clip to show you later as well. Total shots was 16 and 13 to Luton. Shots on target, 6 to Argyle, 3 to Luton, 5 big chances and 2 to Luton. So where we got, possession-wise, accurate passes-wise, 56% for Argyle and 77, which is relevant to the amount of possession overall. Fouls committed, 15 and 14 respectfully, and corners-wise, 6-5. One of the things that was notable is I just felt the ref was more harsh on the Argyle players with the yellow cards than he was on the Luton ones. And I'll read some of the comments out in a minute, but there was a few that were clipping Talai left, right, and centre, and he doesn't seem to be.
For me was the one on Curtis when he got fouled and we had a free kick. Then he booked Curtis. Was that something that he said? Do you think?
Yeah, it was. I've been fouled. You should book him. And he booked. But then
the Luton player did that after someone was fouled in the second half. It's just there's no consistency, is there? No consistency at all.
Mate, the referees in this league is shocking. As I said Remember when you came to Kenilworth Road and we had a penalty and it shouldn't have been a pen, and I said to Andy that we got given a pen, and I said, oh, we didn't deserve it, and we didn't get anything from that game because obviously we didn't deserve to. It's very similar to today where we didn't deserve to get anything from the game. Never mind if the ref's on our side or not. If the referee's on our side and we still can't win a game, it's problems.
No, that's it. So, I tell you what, Mozza, we'll let you go. Appreciate you coming on after the defeat, but we'll quite happily thank you for
the Virtue, mate.
Stephen.
See you in the Virtue Cup, guys.
See you at Wembley.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks again, mate.
Bye.
Mate.
Right, I am going to go to the comments because there's lots flooding in, so I want to catch up with some of them. Alex at Argyle was in early saying, evening all, what a win. I said 1-0, mastermind at predictions. Yeah, absolutely. We'll take it, whatever. Baz in the Cloud, evening to you. Decent performance. Hope to lie and rules are okay. Got a good feeling about the playoffs. Yeah, there's no reason why not, but lucky we get this win because it is still 6 points behind that final place. Stephen Cooper, evening to you. I spoke to Talai after. He has a bandage on his right leg. Hope he is okay. He drove home in his Swiss Jeep. It is a dead leg that he got, so fingers crossed. But will he be fit for Tuesday? We'll discuss that in a mo.
Let's hope he's got an automatic.
Sorry?
Let's hope he's got an automatic.
Oh,
dead
God,
leg.
Right, okay.
Come on,
sorry, Carl disrupted me with his jokes. I nearly got my wish of Matty scoring against Luton to just a Jana. It was so close for both his attempts. He should have taken that one first time. Michael Hawks, evening all. Great result for Argyle. You lost today? Did you? I can't remember. I haven't looked.
Two each.
Did they?
Two each in the end.
Two each. They drew Reading. Right. Okay. Thank you. Evening, Paul Bailey. He says to everybody, we've also got, as I scroll down, VW Coco's in tonight. Evening. He says, Andy Bekalik says, good evening, fellow Janners. Ruby and me, here we go, says Andy. Come on, you greens there. Matt Montgomery, TC left grinning like a Cheshire cat after leaving the Hatters mad with the points remaining at the Greens Wonderland. Nikki also says, hello, everyone. Argo 83, evening, Wets, he says. Good to see you back in. Are you back from your holiday now and your hot tub abroad, Argo 83? Chris Bernard says, evening to you. Great result today. Shame about the injuries. Chance for others to step up to the mark. VW Coco also says, with Rules and Wiradoo off injured, we definitely need a midfielder in this week, plus a defender and a striker, he says. Dad the Jana with ole, ole, Tom Cleverly. Argyle Tweets is back in evening, chaps, and maybe turning, I hear, with your thoughts on Cleverly now. But it is a turnaround and it is happening. And at the end of the day, thank God it is too. Barn Park Green says, evening all, a few points. That game should have been put to bed inside 65 minutes, if not inside 45 minutes. 100% need another attacker. We will see the board's ambition stroke finances this next week. With no rules, signings are needed. Damien Goodall says, we are back, baby. Yeah, love that. In capitals too. Spicy Wedges is in as well tonight. Evening, lads. Evening to you. Nicholas G, he says, good win today. Hope Rules is not out for too long. Let me just keep scrolling down. And Alex, who's also retweeted, and thank you to those that have done that on X. Push for the playoffs with lots of green hearts going on. Debbie Firth, and just before I read your comment out, your mug is now complete. I have to get the wife to do it, and it's not a short process, but it's done now, so that will be out in the post to you very soon. Block 9 hoodie and your Block 9 mug. She says, evening all, hope you're all smiling apart from Mozza. Sorry, mate. Green Army. Yeah, fair play to him, though, for coming on. Ronan Curtis is a real quality addition. How he wasn't getting a game at Port Vale is beyond me. Well, their loss is our gain. And as someone said on X earlier, what a bit of business selling Mumba for $1 million and signing a player like him. Barn Park Greens also says defense isn't the issue so much now, but I don't believe we have a top 6 budget. 800k profit made, but nothing else doesn't suggest we are in a great position to spend on players. We will see. I'm going to have to take a breath because there is so many more comments. Andrew T, Pepple's #1 fan, is also in the house as well tonight. Who else have we got? I'm just trying. Oh, Colonel85 did remind me in his post earlier. It is the Tom Cleverly. I forget who's with him. Is it Nance? That's it, at the Cornish Supporters Club. on, and I can't remember the date, but it's in February. I think it's the first or second week of Feb. So he just wanted to remind everybody of that. Right, I'm going to stop and take a breath. Carl, come back to you. So, yeah, really good, strong performances all round. The standout for me, and there were some good ones, was actually Ross today, because I thought he was just phenomenal. But yeah, what were your thoughts on who stood out for you in that game today?
Galloway, again.
Yeah,
it seems to be. I think his injury seemed to be behind him now. I don't want to tempt fate, but I think he's learnt to deal with his body now. Maybe he knows when not to push certain times in games to risk pulling up with injuries. But he seems to be the fittest he's been ever since he's been in the club. He looks fitter. He goes all game. He doesn't stop running. His tackling is on point. He's great in the air. He's popping up with goals now. Our set pieces are getting a lot better. That's probably because we've got someone decent on the end of a corner now that can whip a ball in. Yeah, Ross, again, impressive. I wouldn't have said that probably 6 to 8 weeks ago. I thought he looked a bit weak. I think he got shoved off the ball quite a few times in home games, which led to goals. But recently, he's really come on. He looks more physical. He looks stronger. He looks like he's leading from the back now. And he seems to just win everything in the air. He's dominant, and him and Mitchell together are forming a nice little partnership. And I do worry your little mate when he gets fit. Dear bless his soul, that he's going to struggle to get back in the team, because I think them two are really good together. With Galloway on the left hand side again. Now we're getting Mackenzie back next week. Is he going to get much game time with how Galloway's playing? That's going to be an interesting battle down that side.
It'd be great if you got two really strong left backs, because if you can't play 3 games in a week, you'll need to play 1.5 or 2.
No, it's good. It's good to get some competition, but the worry now obviously is obviously Rolls and Wiradoo. I think Tolai will probably be fine. A dead leg, if he gives it 48 hours, he might feel a bit more fitter for Tuesday.
He's going to be on the physio bed getting deep tissue massage.
Yeah, he'll be. I'm sure he'll put himself forward for the game. But the worry for me now is in midfield. I thought Boateng did well in the remaining game. He held the ball up quite well and broke up play well. I thought he looked a bit less. What's the word I'm looking for? Less. We didn't press as much when Watts came on. I thought he went a bit more defensively, which is understandable. But he still had a solid game. Put in some solid tackles. But I think our problem going forward now is hopefully we can get another centre midfielder in. I don't think we'll get one in before Tuesday, but we need one in pretty quickly. And I still wouldn't be hesitant in looking for another striker. I'm just worried that if we do pick up another injury, we're going to be a bit light up top. But I think that might be asking for too much. I think if we get a centre back and a centre mid, that will probably be it.
Yeah, no, I mean, Andy, the game, you wondered if the game was going to change when obviously Rawls dropped to the deck. You could see from even where we're sat, he was, feeling his back fight. And yes, Argo 83, that's what's in there. So why not celebrate and have a shandy tonight? The drink responsibly, though. So yeah, it was a bit unnerving. You think, ooh, but Wiradoo has come really good of late, in his more favoured position. I did feel we had a couple of chances, I think, directly after it, but we did look a little bit more open, but we managed it okay. But yeah, what a big loss he could be, if depending on how bad that hamstring is.
Yeah, I mean, he was great at the early stages of the game, wasn't there? When he run like hell, didn't he? And yeah, it could have been so different if we stayed on. We might have gone on, pushed on for a couple more goals. Who knows? But yeah, towards the end, I did had one of my turns. That's mate. That was heart wrenching because I thought going to bang it at the back of the net last minute and share the points. But yeah,
was there anybody who anyone that you want to shout out that stood out for you in that game today, Andy? So many.
Do you know what? It's the unsung hero again, Mitch. Mitchell back on the line there, clearing one off the line. I know it wasn't anywhere near the line, but yeah, it's going in, put it that way. But yeah, certainly him. Sorinola played well again today. Hazard in the last minute. He's done virtually nothing most of the game. Then the last minute he's called to make a good save like that, and there's a good point blank save.
Yeah, it was. It would have been just typical. I mean, the rub of the green, as we say at times. Well, that was definitely it, because that was right on the whistle, and you could see the way the players went round to him after the ref blew up there. It was incredible. I did pit a video. I caught the final whistle in that moment, and Carl also pit one out on the socials as well. So it was great. Just, I mean, even Ross actually at the end was just like, you could tell that he felt like he had an absolutely awesome game, and he let it all out at the end.
You can tell he's had a good game when his shorts are literally caked in brown stuff.
Yeah, well, that's it. And it was, I mean, Gavin, the weather was horrendous, wasn't it, at parts during that game, and it was causing both sides problems in the box. But yeah, I mean, give us some more of your thoughts on spells throughout and who really stood out for you as well.
So overall, I thought our shape out of possession was fantastic. We pushed at the right time. I have to say, Matti Saranola's timing of his press, they sort of tucked him in to keep it tight through the middle, because that's what if you remember the Aaron Cusack thing about playing through the middle, they kind of said, like, you can have the width of the pitch, and bless them, they played into the trap so many times. It went across the back four. As soon as it got to the right back, Matti was gone. And the real timing and the intensity of the press for about 60 minutes was bang on the money. I absolutely crapped my pants, I have to say, talking about brown shorts. When Rolls got injured, I was like, oh no, this is going to absolutely just unwound like a ball of wool now. But so I have to say, Weredu, until he got his ankles, his calf strain, him and Boateng in the middle of the midfield were fantastic. I didn't really said to my brother at half time, I haven't actually noticed not having Rolls on the pitch, which is a massive compliment actually to Brendan Weredu and that midfield. Another probably unsung hero, but Joe Edwards today was phenomenal at right back.
No, his legs are gone, Gavin.
Yeah,
his legs are
gone.
gone.
And I'll sit here and eat a big, massive, fat slice of humble pie with some custard, because after that Bristol Rovers game, seeing him in the flesh, he would have been down the glue factory if he was a horse, if I'd owned him. He has played out of his skin, and Max the last two games. But the highlight of the day for me was the Cruyff turn nutmeg that he did right in front of me.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
Like utter Premier League class. If that had been Ronaldo, it would have been showed. I'm so upset that Techers isn't on anymore on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
On Saturday morning. What's it
Soccer
called?
AM.
The TV show.
Soccer AM. Because he just took it down, did the nutmeg, or did the Cruyff turn. The Cruyff turn nutmeg the guy, and he was gone. And it was like, that's Joe Edwards who's just done that. Unbelievable. So, but both those guys, again, I think deserve a lot of kudos. And although he'll probably take, he has taken some stick about missing a one-on-one. I thought Peppel's hold-up play today and intensity in the press for the 70 minutes or whatever he was on the field was outstanding. He fought. You can tell he was playing against old teammates, because there was a lot of feeling in some of those pushes and tackles, and his upper body strength's getting better and better. I just wish he had done a bit of a hardy hot dog and just got some chips with those hot dog as the keeper come out and just dinked it over him instead of trying to place it in the corner, because I think he got his angles bang on there, keeper. But yeah, that the standout, and I will again eat some humble pie for dessert and say that Connor Hazard, when called upon today, was superb. And the little dink in the first half with his left foot to give the ball to Joe Edwards when he was under pressure, also made me sort of skip a heartbeat and then smile at the same time. I was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Oh, that was quite effective. So I think to a man, we were excellent. The guys have met the centre halves, and they were like brick walls. And the sponsors player of the match who came up and had a chat with us was Curtis, and he has added so much intensity to the width of the park. And it's so nice to have a 6'2", 6'3" winger that when Connor does ping it, he wins so many balls in the air against his right back, left back, depending on what side he's playing. And it was just a joy to behold. The first half I thought was better than the best we played against Peterborough the week before away. Second half we weren't so great, but it was very impressive. I just wished, like everyone else, that we were 2-0 up at half time,
4-0 up with 60 minutes to go, because Amici could have come on and got some game time. Belarus could have come on some game time. We could have pulled some guys off and then give them sort of a bit of breathing space for Tuesday night. But alas, it went down like typical Argyle way to 96 minutes, where Hazard has to pull off a stunner in the 96th something minute to give us a 1-0 win. But that's what we're there for, isn't it? A bit of drama.
Yeah, I just want to pick up then, Carl, come to you with it on Ronan Curtis. I said after the Peterborough game that, or even after Bristol, you felt like he's going to lift everybody in the squad, and it's no disrespect to the departing Mumba, but as Gavin said, right on the nail there. It's like he's winning the balls in the air. He had that pass to Talai and the defender just got his toe just to knock it on. It was right in front of us in our block 9, and it was just like, oh, that would have been straight on to score the goal. He was a menace. He had a great performance, got obviously the man of the match award. But I just feel like that sort of player, knowing as an attacker or someone who's playing further forward, if you know that once he gets the ball, you just think, I need to get into a good position, because it's probably going to come to me either way. Whereas we hadn't had that before, and you always could see Talai getting so frustrated when an opportunity would break up, because we go, we're too scared to go forward, and then we turn around and pass it back.
Well, he doesn't dilly-dally on the wing, does he? When he gets the ball, he drives forward and he gets the ball in at the earliest opportunity. With people like Amici, they kind of slow it down a bit more. He wants to take on too many people, and he just slows everything down, and his cross could be a little bit slow as well. Curtis just seems to be on point with everything. His crossing ability is great. His corners are great. He's got a lethal shot on him. That one in the first half that people tipped over the bar. If that went in, that was goal of the season contender for me. Just brilliant shot. He reminds me of everything that Callum Wright should have been. No disrespect to Callum in our championship season, but he just seems a very similar player, but he's just better at everything. And to get $1 million for Mumba and replace him with Curtis is just brilliant for me. I think he's going to be a top player. He's got great experience in this league. He did wonders with Pompey when he was with Pompey. Yes, he wasn't great at Port Vale, but then Port Vale were a struggling team, and it's probably hard to get confidence in a team that's losing every week. So obviously coming down here, he's a breath of fresh air for him. And he's playing in a winning team now that's got confidence. And I think when Dale gets himself fit as well, Dale can play on the left wing. I think having them two either side with Rawls when he's fit and potentially Ibrahim when he's fit is going to be I think would be a force to be reckoned with. But really impressed with Curtis. Really impressed.
Yeah, and he seems to be, he didn't have a good time, as he said. I'm just going to bring the player ratings up as well to go through those. But yeah, he wasn't having a great time at Vale. And, again, it's sometimes a club just works for you, when exactly. You land and it's, it was, I was excited to see what he would be like in the flesh at Home Park, having watched him on the watch along and that in those two games. And look, it's if he can stay fit and injury free, because we're picking up some more, he's going to be massively influential.
I mean, we've had a few players in the past that have come from clubs, like I think even Dan Scarl when he came from Walsall, the Walsall fans saying, "Oh, he's terrible, he's slow, he's this and that." Players that come here, we just seem to, a lot of the time, we seem to improve them.
Yeah, well, Whittaker, Mumba was one of those as well. Whittaker now leading goal scorer for Middlesbrough, scored again today in their 3-1 victory. So, let's bring in that extra cash. I wonder if someone will come in for him in Jan, or we'll get someone when they go up. So I'll just read out a couple of comments first, actually. Colonel85 saying Curtis is a great signing and will grow. I see Callum Wright scored again for Lowe's team today. Mark says it's the experience of these players that know the game that is paying off now. Yep. They know what to do without worrying about coaching. It comes naturally to them. I think that's a brilliant point. Benny Van Life says, I liked how the players celebrated at the final whistle, and there was a Luton player half dead on the floor between them. Love that. That was probably the Connor Hazard when they ran over to Connor, because they did clat together when he tried to knock that ball in at the death. Simon Fisher says, evening lads, loving the all-round positivity and progress we have made since a month ago. Things clicking and hope it may continue. Alex at Argyle also said, Kono85, the keeper spread his body. This is in relation to the Peppel missed opportunity. He spread his body well as far as he could. It was a harder finish than you'd think, but yes, he should have scored. Yeah, I was willing him on, going, come on, Pepple, come on, Pepple, as he was running forward, got himself into that position. And yeah, after getting some goals recently, it was a shame that he couldn't seal the game up then for Argyle. What else we got? Finley did join us, Argyle News Hub. Please go and give him a follow for all the latest Argyle news. We do retweet it as well, so you can easily find him from our accounts. Steve Wheeler says, replying to Steve Wheeler, it says, are you replying to yourself? Yeah, upper half briefly. We'll be up there soon enough if we maintain our consistency. Kami Tarasaki's in as well. Another great performance today and 3 points. We've also got Brian. I didn't read you out earlier, Brian, because there's so many comments, but from Boston, Massachusetts is also in the house with us tonight. Also, Graham Byrne on the, and Carl, I see, tweeted it on our account. With the Talai, when he was on the deck, he did do the sign to be subbed off, but we had used all our subs, so couldn't actually.
All our subs, we used all our available. What are they called?
Allocation.
Thank you.
So, but and and he nearly scored on the turn not long after that.
On one leg, which was interesting.
It's amazing he couldn't get around the pitch, and then all of a sudden he just found
the
first.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's like, I'm dead. Oh, the ball's there in the box. Yeah. Oh, bang, bang.
Yeah. And to be fair, I'm not sure. I think it was Watts maybe that hit the long ball to Curtis at the far post, who then helped create that chance. So right there, I'll read out the player ratings as we always bring these up anyway. So Hazard on 8.3. That tip over the bar from I forget the player's name from a strike outside the box was superb. Let alone that last minute save as well. Galloway on 8.6. He was noted there for those listening posts as the star man today. Mitchell on 7.6. Mitchell did have to come a bit into a more midfield role when Wiradoo went off as well in that second half. Ross 8.2, Edwards 8.1, Sorinola 7.4. Rules obviously went off, so that's irrelevant really. Boateng 6.9, probably a bit harsh. Curtis 8. Pepple 6.5. Don't disagree with Gavin off the ball. That chance, I've watched it back. I'll show the highlights in a second. I thought he should have done better with that layoff to Sorinola in terms of himself, but actually seeing it back, he did really well with his decision making. And Talai there on 7.5. Andy, the two sort of Gavin touched upon them. But the two that had both shocking performances in that Bristol Rovers Virtual Cup, again today had brilliant performances. Edwards there 8.1 and Sorinola. There was a spell, I think it was in the second half. There was a moment where, Gavin, you would have seen it more so, but by the touchline there, where there was a sort of a few Luton players, and I don't know if it was Galloway, I think it was, who had the ball and he was surrounded by him, and Sorinola just managed to worm his way in, steal the ball and drive down the left. And it was just like, this is a totally different Sorinola, no surprise, not being relied upon to play left back and defend. He just wants that freedom of getting forward.
Not only that.
Yeah, you must. Sorry,
go on, Andy.
He talked to both of us. You got
it. It was great stuff. We were doing stuff today that I've not seen Argyle do for a while. Like Joe Edwards spinning those players and bamboozling them, sort of thing. But yeah, Sorinola, fantastic. I did criticise him first half. I thought he didn't have such a good game, but I'll take it back. He played really, really well today, Sorinola, and gave his all for the club, which was what you want to see from your players, isn't it?
Yeah, and that with him playing his more favoured position, obviously, no surprise, Andy. It does then, and especially with Galloway playing so robustly at that back, and also getting forward, and obviously scoring goals. We seem to have got that balance right, haven't we?
Yeah, it just adds to the sort of forward momentum and getting the team up the pitch and getting the ball into the box. I mean, we could have scored a few more goals today, granted, but we did enough to win the game, and we did win the game. So yeah.
Yep. Right. What I'll do is I will come now to where is it? To down here, the Sky Sports highlights. 3 minutes and 9 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, for this one. So let's roll the VT. Again, Sorinola with that ball in, so he's been pitting some great crosses in again. I think it's Sorinola.
So feel sorry for Mitch. That goal just won't come.
Headed forward. towards Talai, and here's a great opportunity for Peppel. Holding it up well, here's Sorinola, must be. Oh, it's saved on the line brilliantly.
You'll see the replay. I thought he should have taken it himself, but actually the way he receives the ball, shields a defender away from him. It's a good pass, great pass.
Got a score there.
Yeah, he does.
And now Talai, space to turn. Curtis.
There's the shot.
Plenty of options in the area here for Curtis. Will go for goal himself, and it's off the bar. Terrific move by Plymouth Argyle.
That's Whittaker Rascal.
Got headed by Bowden.
Graham Carey.
Nearly drops for Peppel.
That wasn't a bad effort either.
What a shot it is. Well, he got the power behind it. Not quite the accuracy.
It was, but we'll see now.
Thunderbolt of a hit.
Way wide.
You want that to flick off?
Yeah.
Forward from the
This is a fantastic save initially, but oh,
well,
well,
the near post and very nearly in, and now it is in. And Argyle do lead.
What was their goal?
Brandon Galloway, who's got it?
Don't know. The fact that he pulled off a great save and his teammates couldn't keep the other ball out. Oh, I think this is the save from Hazard.
There's a chance for
too much space to run into the.
He's
He's going to have a shot at goal and not too far away from finding the top corner. In fact, it was a brilliant save from Hazard.
He's a good player. That's a good save, actually.
This is the Pepper one. There we
It
go.
would be an option, but the ball's going to run here for
Wins
Peppel.
it from
Luton Town players getting in each other's way. A real chance for Peppel. Oh, my.
Yeah.
The keeper committed, didn't he?
Yeah, he was way out of his
Committed, so he could have lifted it over.
Walsh into the feet of Wells. First time ball in from Kajua.
Ross
all the way
again
across.
with a brilliant clearance.
But instead, it's Ross who gets there just
that's better than Mitchell's
ahead of
clearance
Clark.
off the line.
Would have had a
It wasn't
tackle.
really off the line, and it was
Absolutely pumped Ross after that.
Build-up play though from Luton Town.
Here it is.
Fitting it in to Clark, and here's a chance for Naki Wells. Best chance for Luton Town, but it's going to be cleared off the
just
line
knew it
by
was going to go
Mitchell.
our way then.
It wasn't quite as glittering as Lawnvike's clearance off the line earlier on in this game. He's got Watts to his left. Feeds the former Grecian.
So that one.
Crossfield ball towards
Brilliantly
Curtis.
taken down.
Time to chest it down, and he'll find Talai, who's now looking lively. Talai again.
Talai was
Great
knackered there, wasn't
save.
he?
And then fired wide by Watts.
Watch this. The way Curtis brings it down.
Argyle looking to put the finishing touches.
Yeah, that's a good point, Nicky. So that, let me. I've
Yeah.
got the interviews. Let's go to them quickly next. Tom Cleverley.
LA.
Finally, just looking at the reaction at the end from the supporters, who I think really appreciated the effort as well as the quality of the team today, but also you were quite animated, more than I've seen you quite a lot of the times after a win. It felt like that meant a lot to you today, and we all felt in sync. It's a good day.
Absolutely, yeah. Nothing to do with my rivalry with Luton. It was absolutely how important this game was for us, and to show up in a really important game the way we did was so pleasing. We've got momentum. We don't take that for granted, how well supported we are and how well followed we are across the country. We have to work hard to keep that, but if we can really connect with the supporters and keep this, then we've got a good chance.
Yeah, there we go.
Good chance of.
Well, it's not me cutting it off.
Kind of before we get into the game, how does it feel that nice clean sheet and a victory at home?
Yes, delighted. I think it was well deserved from everyone. The performance from all the boys in front of me was outstanding to a man, so I think it's what we deserve today.
We've not long finished talking to the head coach Tom Cleverley and reflected on the fact that that's now 3 consecutive clean sheets in the league. That's always something to build on, but for you very nicely put the credit in front of everyone else, but you made some great saves to help to that today. As a goalkeeper, just nice to see that 0 on the score sheet all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, can't complain with it, to be honest. Look, we know we've started the season off and we think we're building up a wee bit of rhythm now, and the fans getting behind us today were outstanding as well, which always gives us that little bit of momentum when things are going tough, and to make a few great saves today always helps. So it's a good performance all around.
Yeah, I don't know why it clips it for the last word or so, but I do have Harvey's video, which I'll come to in a second. But yeah, I mean, it is, we said it against Peterborough. We've given Hazard a bit of stick and wanting to see a bit more of Ashby Hammond. But again, everything is relative to how well that back line plays. And, once you know that you've got the defence and let alone the midfield doing everything they can to, control the game and keep the threat out, You know, as long as you can do what you can do when you need to do it, and he did that 2 or 3 occasions today, then that's brilliant. So three clean sheets for him. Ads Taylor saying so many more chances that we need to put away. Good work around the pitch today, but we are also converting probably better than we ever have done with that when we see those XGs of late. Go on, Hazard. Give Gavin a smile, says Matt Montgomery. Stephen Cooper, player rumours are still, I think we still in for Curtis Nelson. He's gone somewhere else.
He went. MK Dons.
Yeah, come on, Stephen. Keep up with the news. Keep up.
I saw earlier that Jatta didn't go to Bradford, so he's still at Notts County then.
Yeah,
I thought he went.
Today for Notts County and won in the game.
Yeah,
interesting.
I think it might have been also. Apologies if it wasn't Matt that said earlier with the point you brought up on Thursday, Gavin, about Tijani and just giving him a short term.
He's gone on loan as well to another club.
Has he? Right. Okay. Fair enough.
First division.
The Harmer Harold says, good evening. Another 3 points. Are we talking playoffs now? Well, yeah, why not? Also, nice to see the Great Dane Ross playing well again, even though I'm a Norwegian. Yet he was my man of the match today, Harold. What else have we got? GT was in just now, says, evening all. Just a Jana saying it was Peppel, but it's what Peppel did at Peterborough. Just wished it went in for Matty. With how much he does, he deserves to get more goals under his belt. The keeper did well with a save as well, in fairness, but as Gavin said, he should have really put that away. SBO 95 for UG. Hello to Plymouth Argyle fans from a Manchester City fan. Again, this is not the first time when I'm visiting this channel. Yeah, thank you for that. A 2-0 victory for you today and a big, big game tomorrow.
Did you enjoy your 10-2 win against Exeter, by any chance?
10-1.
Yeah, I was
10-1, sorry. Yeah.
I said 10-2 earlier to someone, and I was like, no, it wasn't 10-2, it was 10-1. Well, Exeter
only 9:15.
Also got a 3-1 victory to Vale. Not that it's hard to beat Vale at the moment. So that keeps them above us by a few places because of the goal difference.
Just on a rumour front of injury, my wild theory about Zach Viner from Bristol City. What is interesting is he wasn't in the squad today, and on FOTMob it says slight knock, out for 3 days.
That's enough for a medical, isn't it?
Which is like basically I'm about to be transferred, and we might as well put that on FOTMob. So I'm not saying we have nailed him because I've got no idea, and I didn't manage to bump into.
Was he here when Derek was manager?
Yeah, he was here.
Yes, he was.
With Derek. Yeah.
Isn't Rules ex Bristol City, or was it Cardiff?
Cardiff.
Okay, fine.
Cardiff. So, but the interesting thing about him is he can play centre half, he can play right back, but he can also play centre mid. So he's played 3 or 4 games this year alongside Randall in centre mid as the holding midfielder. So that might kill a couple of birds with one stone. If we sign him and we need to chuck him in the middle of the park and just do the Rolls roll, he's only 28 as well. I thought he was older than that, but he's not. He's 28. I mean, he's on, according to Capology, he's on £10,000 a week. So you probably want to keep that. But then we've got some players in our team that are on £10,000 a week. Mumble was on similar money to that, to be fair. So who knows? But I'll just make me giggle to see him not in the squad for a slight knock a few days. But when we return in a few days, which for me just means
it's strange, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, we'll see because, as someone pointed out, I've just missed the comment, but he cleverly did say in the post-match press conference that we are going to have to go back in again and dip our toe into the transfer window. So whether or not they were fairly content with what they had to a degree, I know we've all said there's positions, but funds, available might change that. But yes, it's look, let's see. It could be an interesting one, Gavin, what you say there. SBO also saying yesterday will be one of the most important days for Manchester City. I will be fully supporting my neighbour, Manchester United, to beat Arsenal or at least a draw. Yeah, what can Michael Carrick's United do?
Couldn't agree more. Yeah.
Set the title party for Arteta and Arsenal. Stephen Cooper agreeing with Gavin as well. Yoke Samalo, hi everybody, good to see you back in. And Harold is just saying as it's dropped in, watch out for Norway, Haaland, Sorloth, Nusa, Edegaard, and so on in the World Cup next summer. We've smashed Italy 4-1 on San Siro and won all games in the qualifier. Yeah, well, we will be hunting that down as well this year. So, where am I going to? Let's hear from Harvey as he sent us his video at the end of the game.
So that's full time. Plymouth Argyle 1, Luton Town 0, home park rocking. 3 wins on the bounce, but also 3 clean sheets. That's the double over Luton. 3 points away from them now. Wow. Tom Cleverley getting the praise he deserves. He's turned it around from the position we was in a few months back. Even myself, I was Cleverley out. Another great win. Again, it shouldn't have been 1. It's a bit like Peterborough. It should have been 3, 4, 5. Alex Mitchell clearing 1 off the line in the second half to ensure that we got the 3 points. Buzzing. I'll see you Tuesday, back at home, Mansfield. Another tough test. Is it time to start dreaming about playoffs?
And I haven't forgotten, Gavin. I've got some other slides to show. We'll come to the lineups in a second. Laura Camille as well is in. Evening, guys. Our Canadian guy Peppel is playing well. When we are above Exeter on Tuesday, we'll be really happy. I started to think today they are on a good run as well, and it's like, how interesting could it be when it comes to April? We shall soon find out. Barn Park Green saying, I think Cleverley has to be harder with the higher ups. You've got to go in and say, I need backing now and force them to act. Look, I'm sure they are very much considering that. And they've also got to balance the situation of the club. But hopefully we might be seeing some money come from the likes of Whittaker down the line as well, which will all help with that. Green Gruffalo says, Welch was recalled by Celtic and played last week. Staying at Celtic, cannot play for another club now anyway. Matt Montgomery says, just answered that. Peter Henwood, evening to you. Can you see us signing Zach Viner? Well, unless you just dropped in, Gavin just mentioned that. So he wasn't in the squad today, Gavin said. So we shall see what comes of it. Before I come to the lineups for Mansfield, I just wanted to bring up, so the unbeaten in 6 games. I thought, why not recap that? Obviously, Michael Hawkes, the Reading fan, is in with us tonight. But he was the 7th game. But that was after that shocking Boxing Day defeat. To us, that pleased him. Hopefully we don't have too many opposition fans that come on for the post-match with a victory smile on their face. But yes, it was the Waddle draw to Wickham that shored things up after that Boxing Day disaster. Then we went away to Stevenage and earned a hard-fought draw there, getting a point back. And then it was Burton that saw us get that important first victory at home in a while. Following that, we then had, as I click to the next slide and it loads, there we go. Obviously, it was a 4-3 victory in the Cup to Bristol Rovers. Peterborough, a massive win away from home. And then obviously that win today. So unbeaten in those 6 it's just crazy. And that away record is fantastic. I think, Gavin, if we can get that win on Tuesday night, I mean, you would have said 4 points out of those 2, even though you're at home, would be good if we get a win in one of them. But there's every chance that we can go and do a double again at home.
If we do, then I think we take a lot of momentum into Stockport on the weekend. I'm just hope. My only fear now is the engine room, the centre midfield is looking depleted. If we'd lost Rolls and said Wirrady was there, I'd still be confident. We're probably going to have to play Caleb Watts as a 6. He ain't a 6. He's a very good football player, but just ain't a 6 unless we sign a 6 between now and someone's getting in their car tonight to drive down and sign tomorrow, for example. I don't know, but I know in TC's press conference, which I looked on Argyle TV, the last thing he said was, I'm leaving this press conference and we're sitting down with Derek straight away. So I imagine...
Or could we see another random Caleb Roberts appearance out of the blue like we tend to from here?
He's not strong enough, is he?
No, he's not strong enough, but we don't have any options.
He'd probably be on the bench because there's no other midfielders in the squad. if we don't sign anyone, but he'd be forced on the bench. But he's just not strong enough at this level. He's nice when you play against Premier League.
When you
sides.
play against Leeds, yeah.
but when you play against Premier League sides like Brentford, it was tippy tappy. There's no big challenges. It was fine, and he's very good at that. But it was blood and thunder today in the midfield, and it has been for a number of weeks. And he ain't strong enough. It's just as simple as that. He's a very good footballer. He's just not strong enough, and he hasn't played enough football yet to be hardened. I suppose that's the challenge, and that's a mismanagement of the club. And I'll be the first to criticise that and say he should have gone out on loan probably the last 2 seasons in League One or League Two to toughen up, and he hasn't had that. So he's not strong enough. But he'll probably say he is. But every player backs himself. But yeah, so. If we win on Tuesday, back to the question you asked me, well, I think we're really at the races. I know we say this for every game now. If we win the next one, we'll all start believing. But Mansfield are a good team. They're in good form, although they drew 1-1 with Stevenage today. They were winning for a lot of the game, and then Stevenage did what Stevenage do, which is get a late equaliser and still not lose at home apart from to Cardiff. But if we win that, I would say we'll go up cock a hoop to Stockport on Saturday, and we'll probably have 1 or 2 new bodies in the squad as well. So it's great. As TC's been saying, momentum's a very hard thing to create, and it's very easy to lose. So we've got to be on it.
Yeah, just looking at, Mansfield are equally on a great run. We're both level on points. They've got a +6 goal difference to our -5. They drew today, though, with Stevenage. They won. They beat Port Vale 3-0 the game before. Beat Bradford at home 3-0. Port Vale was also a 3-0 victory at home. They beat Bolton away 1-0. And then Barnsley, they beat 3-2 away. So, it's not going to be an easy one because it's again a chance, Carl, isn't it, for either team to then stretch their lead and create a bit more of a gap. It could be another tasty one for Tuesday night.
Yeah, just got to take the momentum from today into Tuesday, and hopefully, obviously, it doesn't sound like Rules is going to be fit for a few weeks. Hopefully, Ruadu can shake his off, but. Yeah, I'm struggling what we're going to do in centre mid. I think we'll be fine even if Watts does play, which probably is the only option that we can put in there unless we sign someone pronto. But I don't think it would disrupt us too much. I think we should be taking the game more to a Mansfield side than a Luton side. So it depends. But I think we're going into the game again with loads of confidence. I think if we can get back-to-back home wins, that the playoff charge is definitely on. I know the league is tight, and if you lose a couple on the bounce, it might be a bit of a different story again. But we just got to keep doing what we're doing. It's working. There's no need to change anything apart from obviously the players that are out injured. But I'm sure the tactics and the game plan will be exactly the same. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we do get that centre mid in before Tuesday, but it might be a bit of a push to get someone in and play straight away. But we've done that with players in the past, haven't we? But I'm sure we've got enough, hopefully, to get some more points against Mansfield.
Yeah, no, and just while I remember, we've got a lot of you watching in from YouTube and X tonight, so thank you for that. If you are on YouTube and you haven't subscribed to the channel, well, firstly, why not? And just go and press that subscribe button. And, of course, the bell to remind you when we go live. It is normally every Thursday at 8:30 and every Saturday, like now, for the post-match at 8:32. I did get asked earlier, are we doing a watch-along today? And I said no, because I'm at the game, because we all have a season ticket. But I will be doing the next away game on Saturday. So looking forward to that. Just sort of looking at Mansfield's away form in their last sort of 5 games. They are sort of up there in 9th in that league position for their away form. So yes, it's going to be an interesting one. I think we'll see. We'll have to be switched on. I mean, Andy, like Carl and Gavin has said, the midfield is a concern. Obviously, Talai, as I think it was Stephen Cooper reminded us, could be a doubt. Gavin's got 2 lineups, factoring that in. There is going to be a bit more work done, but I think that back 4, just needs to play it smart, and we might see a game where we just try and control things again off the ball and hold our shape to try and prevent any threat where we can.
Yeah, I mean, the back 4 are going to be solid up now. They've done well in the last few games. I mean, whoever you're going to have in the midfield is going to have to try to do a job, whether you're not in your sort of favourite position or not. You're going to have to go and try your hardest, even if that's Watts, even if that's Amici coming in and coming back and helping out. I know Amici's more of a forward player, but yeah, we just have to do the job, aren't they? It's what they're called to do. They're going to have to go and do it, unless he brings someone in.
I can't see Amici playing on Tuesday. I think he's too risky at losing the ball with the way we got Sorinola playing and Curtis playing at the moment. I think he's going to find it difficult to get back into it.
And they're a physical side as well, aren't they? Quite a physical side. Arsene, could he be back?
Arsene's back. Dale's back as well. They're both Dale and Arsene are back in training tomorrow.
So potentially
Mackenzie as well. No defender, but just
yeah.
It's if we have to
switch it around a little bit, couldn't he?
Even Patterson, he's not had any game times. He's been on the bench a lot in the last few weeks, and that's a lot of experience to call on.
My side,
Yeah, Ethan Prosser just saying, hi everyone, what a win today. See myself on the Block 9 podcast video at the end of the game. You're watching on YouTube, so whether that was mine or Andy's, mine or Carl's, because we both uploaded onto that. But yeah, it was a great win for sure. Let me just read a couple more comments. Andy, Ruby and me says, I think we got enough in hand to beat Mansfield, but we do have some tough games coming up. Then we will know where we are, as long as we don't get too many more injuries. Absolutely. We've also, where's it gone? Matt Montgomery says, for me, Barn Park, absolutely recruitment been threadbare in centre-back, striker and defensive midfielder since the summer. And here we are a week from the end of the transfer window and still the same issues. Tap into free agent market, he's saying there. That was in response to Barn Park Green saying 4-2-3-1, Boateng, Wiradou in the middle of the park, Watson, Michi, Talai, Curtis front four. Like I've said many a times, Michi still out. Jury's out for me on him. What else have we got? Terry Alford saying Cleverly should play midfield. Worst case, like that. Let me go to. Let's segue that nicely into the line. I'll do Carl's first because Gavin's got two tonight. So let's just give. It says Ronan Curtis, but it's clearly not. Let me just remove that comment. There we go. So, Carl, take us through your lineup then.
Yeah, so the back five, again, stays exactly the same. Picks itself at the moment, doesn't it? I've obviously brought in Watts. I don't think Rawls or Wiradou are going to be fit enough, and I can't think of anyone else that could potentially play with Boateng at the moment unless we sign another player. I know someone said about Edwards in midfield. I swear he played a game or a half in midfield once,
mid and then went to right back.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against seeing that if we had to do it. Again, someone said Such. Again, if we bring nobody in, is it worth a look doing that? I don't know. Maybe, possibly. He had a good game when he came off the bench in the last 20 minutes. He did. Yeah, he's physical. He likes to tackle. So potentially we could do that. Obviously, Curtis and Sorinola on the wings, and I've just gone with Talai, hoping that the dead leg will become better. Talai and Pepper up front. Because again, if Talai's injured, what do we do then? Do we bring Watts up with Pepper as a false nine? But then who do we play in centre mid? So that's the conundrum at the moment. Unless Arsene's fit enough to start, but I think that's again a bit much. Probably after being out for several weeks. So yeah.
Just Andrew T saying that's why Edwards is a number 8. What I was just going to say, so as I'd segue then to Gavin's, he's got 2 because of the Talai situation, but also Gavin, the disappointing thing for Cleverly will be the fact of obviously getting those injuries with those 3 players, because then he can't continue with the same lineup and an unchanged lineup, which he's stuck with today. So he's got no choice now to mix it up. So tell us what you would do with your team selection version 1.
So I've changed formation slightly. So I've gone 4-2-3-1, not 4-4-2. It could quite easily be 4-5-1 out of possession, which is what we went to at the back end of the play today. Although I think we actually played with the back 5. So obviously Connor and goal, Galloway, Mitchell, Ross, and Edwards staying as the back 4. I think Carl hit the nail on the head there. They're undroppable at the minute, all of them to a man. So I've gone 2 holding midfielders in 2 6s, Boateng and Watts. Which will give Watts, when we're in possession, a bit of more freedom to go forward and have Boateng sitting in front of the back four to protect them on the counter. And then I've gone 3 in midfield. So I've brought Patterson into the side and gone Matty Sorinola on the left, Ronan Curtis on the right, and then Jamie Patterson in behind Talai if his dead leg lets him put the shirt on and start the game. So for me, it's about having someone there who can pick a pass, again, experience, because we're losing Rowles, who's got a gazillion games under his belt and playing Premier League and Championship most of his career. So it's just trying to bring that old head back in. From what I've seen of Patterson, he's done very well. He picks a good pass. He never really loses the ball.
No, yeah, he can hold it up.
He holds it up really well. The other thing I thought about, but it's probably too soon, was to maybe move Curtis in one and play Dale on the right. But Dale was coming back from injury. You can't expect him to start a game in that high tempo at home to Mansfield. So, but with Dale on the bench and us sending on the bench and Pepper on the bench, we've got some good firepower and some experience, I suppose. But so that's what I've gone there. And then the other lineup, if you want to flick it over, is exactly the same, but it plays Pepper up top instead of Talai if Talai's injured. And if that's the case, then it probably plays into Patterson's game far more, because Pepper will hold it up and look to lay it back to Patterson, who will then bomb in Curtis or Sorinola on the overlap. So it's not ideal, but without a proper midfield general or an experienced centre midfielder like we're really replacing Rowles, that's what I've gone with.
Yeah, I think I just look at the comments. You've got Matty H44 saying expect to see a sunny feature Tuesday. I do. Peppel also did look a little bit leg heavy at the end, and sometimes you like these back-to-back Saturday, Tuesday games when you're on a good positive run of form. But certainly, if it was a week gap, it would be good for Talai his dead leg and Peppel alone. Andy, Ruby and me saying, who's called Andy, that's why I say it like that, not to trigger to Andy, but Tegan Finney says is nice and fresh. Bring it up every show. Put him in midfield. He'd do a good job now in a team full of confidence. And yeah, I said that before. When he came on as a sub, he's coming to games where we've been losing. Obviously, I don't think he was on the bench at all again today. Was Benarous was on the bench, wasn't he? Yeah, so there's, we got Benarous as an option there as well if players need to move around a little bit. So there is that. Brian Pinarata saying, Gavin, your second lineup is better. We should rest Talai. That's the other side to it. Yeah, you don't want to make that dead leg any worse. So if it was bandaged up as well when he left the ground, I think we're going to not see him, if I'm honest, Tuesday night. We don't want to cause him more trouble than we need to. So I'm also going to just stay on here and change the image because Gavin just sent something in the WhatsApp. We like to bring up the Form League every now and then. So let me just do that. This is the last 9 games to see if it will refresh. There we go. I know it's a bit of a squint, but it does have us second still to Lincoln. So the last time we looked at this, I think I had the last 8 games or something. We were still there, Lincoln above, Exeter chasing close behind. FOTMob does the last 5 games, which has it Mansfield, Exeter and us. So it is getting tight. And I think this is, Carl, why it's so important that we've managed to find this run of form, because this is where it's going to start creating that gap, isn't it? With we got the early win, the pressure was on us or Luton to get the 3 points today. Luckily, we got it to make sure we can stay up there. But a lot of the other teams, apart from Mansfield getting that draw, did have good results. And it's you just got to try and sustain this, as though you could find yourself dropping back down.
Yeah, the league is still very compact and tight, isn't it? A couple of wins, you shoot up the table. A couple of losses, you're right down at the bottom again. It's probably a blessing that the league's quite poor this season, because I think a lot of teams can beat each other, and I think you're seeing that really from the 21st to 6th, 7th. Everyone can beat everyone, apart from really Cardiff City, Lincoln. And probably your Bradfords, who have had solid seasons. I think the league is quite the way open. Even Bolton have been up and down a lot recently. Obviously, Luton's form has been poor. Wickham had a good upturn in results when they changed their manager, but again, have tailed off the last few weeks. Again, same with Wigan, they're up and down. So back-to-back wins does a lot in this league, and I think if you can pick up another 3 points on Tuesday, then hopefully we'll then start to break into the top half. But it's sod's law when you win. Everyone around you seems to win as well. I mean, we jumped up to 10th, and we went back to 14th where we started before the game, which was annoying. And obviously, Exeter up the road, right on our tails as well. So they seem to be as in good as form as we are. So, which is annoying to see, but I'm sure they'll tail off. They always seem to at the end of the season, don't they?
Well, that's the you just hit the nail on the head. It's a poor league. You can't write anybody off, and you just everybody else around us won, but more importantly, we got our 3 points in that lunchtime kickoff, and that's all you can do in that situation. Ben Collins saying Caleb Roberts, Carl and Gavin did touch upon him just earlier. Ben, pay attention, man. Come on, get some coffee.
I wouldn't be against it, but like Gavin said, is he strong enough? Probably not.
No.
He hasn't got the physical appearance yet, has he? But I wouldn't be totally against it. And Gavin, you're on mute.
Yeah. That's not a bad thing. I mean, if you want,
no, let him carry on.
Gavin, have you pressed the red button on your microphone? There we go.
Let me check. I was just saying, Cole, that he's the only natural 6 we've got left fit.
Yeah.
So if he's ever going to be good enough, the other argument could be we just got to throw him in and then
exactly. If you're not going to play him in incidences like this, loan him out. Simple as that.
Oh yeah, that is spot on. That is absolutely spot on.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same with Teague and Finn. We got to do something with these lads, and if not, will they go out on loan come the end of the window? Matt Montgomery did say earlier. I think Seb Campbell. Anyone?
Injured. I think he's got an injury, isn't he?
That's a bigger risk than Caleb Roberts.
Caleb Roberts. Yeah.
I'd rather have Robertson there, really. At least Roberts leads the game or two. Really.
Yeah. Well, look, we might have to call on some of the youth. And as I read out just now, I forget who it is, but the fact that when they were playing positive, it was Andy, sorry, from Ruby and me. When we're playing positive, there's a chance that some of those could come in and do it. Sorry, watching Dolly Parton on TV telly as well. Working 9 to 5.
Apparently, she wrote her song "Orange in the Stream" when she was in the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. Andrew T saying it's not Leeds away. Roberts will be okay. Right, fair enough. Right, just as we slowly start to come to a wrap up. Obviously, looking at the other fixtures. So after Mansfield, it is Stockport County on the Saturday. Just excited for the watch along for that because I think again that's going to be another good game. Andy, any sort of thoughts you've seen of Stockport and what you think that game might end up being like?
I think our away form says it all. We could go and win up at Stockport. We beat them at Home Park already, haven't we? So who's to say we can't go up there and get a win with Tolly coming back into the side maybe after his dead leg? Yeah, going to pinch the 3 points up there.
And could it end our January of 2026? Can we remain unbeaten? That will be the interesting one. So, after that, then we've got we're at home to Lincoln, which Saturday. What's happening on Saturday, the 7th of Feb? Because it says a 3:01 kickoff.
It's like every minute counts campaign, so everyone's kicking off at 3:01.
Right, brilliant. Thank you for that, Gavin. So that answers that. Yeah, and then it's either then it is to the virtual trophy. It still says on FOTMob Luton Town / Swindon Town. Wouldn't it be funny if we do play Luton again?
I know it's a few weeks away, that Lincoln game, but that's going to be a marker, I think, of where we're going to end up this season. It'll be a real test because Lincoln have been brilliant, haven't they? Been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and the good thing is, to be fair, our away form is better, but obviously now we're picking up good results and performances at home. I think it's also the end of the window effectively then, isn't it, Carl? So it's that first game where you all know where you are with players, unless you get any frees. So, it's going to put a marker down.
And by that time, you'd hopefully have a fully fit Aseni, fully fit Dale, and then probably Ibrahim's not far off that. So...
Andrew T says, I'm sure it's British Heart Foundation Day, which is then the every minute counts. Matt Montgomery saying, love to Maria Huahan in on training sessions with the men's team and vice versa to share views and technical ideas. Let's just actually quickly, Gavin, do you want to just go through who they've got tomorrow as well for their game?
Billericay Town, or Billericay, Essex, mate, who are bottom of the league and played every game and lost every game. We beat them down here in the summer 9-0. It was the Sunday after the Cardiff game, because I remember watching it from my hotel room in Cardiff, going, "Oh, this is fun." 9-0. So they should win. They should win comfortably tomorrow. I think they win the game first and then try and plough a bit of an old rugby mentality. Win the game first, then score 4 tries. Will we win the game first and try and get as many goals as you can to try and kick on and up their goal average? But they should win comfortably tomorrow.
Yeah, good. And if you weren't with us on Thursday night, this is a good time to segue to what we're doing with regards to the Argyle women's team. So we had Heather Hughes join us on Thursday night. Heather does manage our Plymouth Argyle Women's Supporters Club and has started to probably get involved with providing some social content as well. So that's something she's new to doing, but is really excited to bring more of that. And she's going to join us every Thursday to give us a summary of that match as well, or the game. So looking forward to that. Again, we said it before, we want to bring you more and more things where we can on the show. And also, just a reminder, because we got a lot of you in again tonight, which has been great. Thank you. If you've got anything Argyle related or a story that you want us to note and bring up in any way, then just drop us either a DM on our X channel, or you can email us block9podcast@gmail.com and we'll happily get involved. So yeah, and you can see that side. There we go. I'm mirrored, so I always get confused. You can see the QR code is our Block 9 Patreon. So if you want to, come and become a member, you can either just join for free on there, or you can pay for one of the memberships on there that just help fund what we do for you all here. But so look, a really, really good show again tonight. Of course, it helps when it's a really positive turn of events at the moment. And Cleverly's interview with the Daily Mail, that caused an interesting mix of reactions.
You didn't even say that.
Did they spin the headline completely on its head? Did they?
Not the Daily Fail doing sensation. Surely.
No, of course, never, Gavin, never. But either way you look at it, as many of you said in the comments, and the guys have said tonight, you can see it in that little interview I showed as well. His smile is just, he's happy and fist pumping at the end to the Devonport end. He has gone through the mill. So fair play to him, and it's good because whatever you thought before, we just all wanted it to turn around, and it seems to be doing.
Has Gavin said anything about him being TC in? Because
I can't remember if he was muted earlier when he said that, or if he was actually live.
In fact, if you just put all the names up now, you'll see. Because I've done my little stuff. Anyway, that's by the point. While I've got the
come on, give us your final thoughts.
I know I don't talk very much. Can I just say a massive, massive thank you to Chris Rolfe and the grounds team today.
God,
yeah.
Because
thank you, Gavin.
Like, not all superheroes wear capes. Most of them wear all-in-one waterproof suit and carry a small fork. Those blokes today have pulled it out of their backside, right, in such a big way to get that pitch playable. And as we walked through the door with the monsoon happening and the forced tails and all that shite, I just thought, I don't want to look at the pitch. Looked out the window and went, oh, that looks exceptionally playable. And the warm-ups with the keepers, when they were pinging it round, it was just, the ball was beautifully going to. I know it cleared up and it dried up and all that.
Do you know if we had the covers on, or did they not even bother? No, the drainage is that good.
The drainage, because obviously now they've got these special drainage tanks in there underneath the soil, was absolutely, it was apparently like a torrent coming through the ground and out and into their storage tanks. So that the sprinklers won't need any mains water for some considerable time, one would assume. But just to say, I think Chris Ralph and the team there, who have got soaked wet through and have been looking at this weather all week, when they've managed to cut and mark and all that kind of stuff on that pitch and keep it in good nick, I just thought it was a phenomenal effort. So Thank you.
And it held
Good shout,
spot on, Gavin, and it held up as well throughout the game.
Held up brilliantly, yeah.
Yeah, so even with Matthias Ross wearing half of it on his shorts, as Carl said earlier, we do. I have no idea if he would be watching, but if anybody knows him, he doesn't accept DMs on X, but he is on there. We would love to get him on to discuss, what it takes, because one of the other sort of segments we've always wanted to try and do is give a few insights into Home Park. So with Heather, we will hopefully get some of the women's team on in some way as well on one of the lives. But if anybody knows any contacts, then let them know that we would like to get them on. Whatever they do at Home Park, I think it's a great way to let everybody know how things work behind the scenes. That really popular word, the infrastructure and the operations that go on.
Don't mention infrastructure.
I did see. I can't remember who did it earlier in the show. I did see someone say, "Oh, can we not sign that Korean player Folston Park?" In the comments earlier, which did make me chuckle. Matt Montgomery just pointed out that there is a fans podcast awards happening in June. My vote goes to the Block 9. He says, great the way they segue into things and bring in chat and guests. It's great. Stephen Cooper also saying that's my vote. Carl, we need to check if we have to register for that. We'll see how that goes. So we'll
also, it's probably a good opportunity now that Dad the Jan has put that up about Discord.
Oh, yeah. So, right. Yes. Right. So this is where the gents accuse me of trying to do too many things all at the same time. But no, yeah, I totally disagree. So the Discord, the problem that we have is just maintaining engagement on them. So we do need to put a message up, Carl, but we are going to bring that one down. We do have a small WhatsApp group, but we are conscious that we don't want to open that up. We are considering options there because it exposes people's numbers. But there's a few of us that are in there. I do like to try and think of new ways to do stuff, and maybe that one was one too far. So I'll take that one on the chin, Carl, Andy, and Gav. But yes, so there is no Discord at the moment. But yeah, you can find us mainly active, obviously, with in YouTube and also X. Blue Sky, we still post. We don't comment, go in there directly. It takes a lot, we're all busy. We've all got full-time jobs. So it is a challenge just to try and go and engage with everybody. It's great, though. Facebook people, that is growing. The comments on there, it's definitely a brilliant, engagement piece on Facebook. So that's great. And all of you that are listening, post, because you can't catch a live on Spotify or Apple, whatever your podcast platforms are as well. One little request there, if you can, we've got like a really bad 2.7 rating on Spotify, which probably comes from the early days. Gavin's got a fan on there though, even into your Martin. Yeah, if you can go in there, like what I did there, if you can go on there and give us a review, and honest, I'm not asking you to go and just give everything a 5-star on whatever podcast platform you're on. That would also be appreciated. So we'll see if we, like I said, we're just weighing up the situation with WhatsApp. But yeah, we do want to try and bring you more into a bigger engagement with what we do. Right, Carl, any final thoughts from yourself before we sign off?
Yeah, just much more of the same again on Tuesday, isn't it? Like we discussed earlier, keep the winning run going, keep the confidence high. Like I said, obviously we're all a bit nervous about what we're going to do in centre mid, but I think whoever we bring in, whether that's, like I said earlier, Watts, or if you throw Caleb Watts in there, I'm sure that won't alter our game plan too much. I think if we're on the front foot early doors, get a couple of goals before half-time, which we didn't do today, and I'm sure we'll be absolutely fine. But another positive result, climb up the table a bit more and start to maybe have a little bit of more bedwetting, but for different reasons.
Yeah, no, excellent. And Andy, yourself?
Yeah, a bit like Carl said, really just more of the same. Just got to go and get that win on Tuesday night, and then maybe go to Stockport and get 3 points as well, because I think Lincoln's going to be the tough game of the 4. So yeah,
going to be I can't wait to see what comes of Tuesday. And Gavin, from yourself?
I just hope and pray for the medical team, the physiotherapy team, the recovery team to get our wounded, knackered, and very sore bodies back in some kind of shape by 7:45 on Tuesday night. Especially, I think all need to say a little prayer tonight for Tolly to try and get that leg healed. Because I think if we get him in on Tuesday, then we possibly could play 4-4-2 with Pepper up top. But yeah, it's going to be tough. And also, let's pray for Derek Adams, who's going to bring in a fantastic holding midfielder for us between now and Tuesday, and he'll go straight into the squad, which means he'll have to sign by Monday lunchtime at 12 o'clock, which is a big ask. So, Derek, I'm no doubt you're still at your desk with the only light on in Home Park, making phone calls, emails, and pulling the yogurt pot string to the other directors of football around the Football League trying to get someone in for us. So that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, no, excellent. I was just trying to look up, and Larry, your comment just caught my eye. We won't be doing a watch along Tuesday because we're at home, so the watch along will be on Saturday. I was trying to find it, bless him, on, and I probably just can't see it on Finley's Argyle's new news hub. But can someone please pull the rabbit out of the hat and just remind us of the youngster that Argyle young player that came into the news earlier this week? Anyone?
Oh God, it's not off the top of my head. Is it 14 or 15-year-old, isn't it?
14.
Yeah,
14.
another player that's garnering a lot of interest.
Put him in the squad today, but I don't think you're physically allowed to. But
I just wanted to give him a shout out. I thought I'll quickly go and look on it on Finley's page, and I couldn't see it. Ads Taylor says, "Great vlog again, guys. Looking forward to any new content. Good luck on Tuesday, lads. Come on, you Greens. Another great podcast," says Brian Pinaretta. I did see Matt Montgomery say we need to knock a certain podcast off who brag about their bronze award yet don't read out fan interactions. They do display it, but look, we just do what we do, and that's why we want to bring you the show that we bring you rather than worry about anybody else's. But a certain person gets a bit excited on our account on X and likes to retweet everything. I wonder who that is.
I only retweet the stuff that I agree with.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. He does get excited. So if you see the odd Trump comment in the...
if it's anti-Trump, then I've slipped the counts.
You know,
right?
you know that is...
if I'm hammering ICE for murdering innocent civilians,
yeah, exactly.
On an account, I've slipped and put the wrong account on. I'll apologise for that in advance. I want to apologise for the message. I'll apologise doing it through the forum of.
Yeah, he does. If you wake up on a morning and you see about 300 retweets in your feed from Gavin, he's been on one on X. But look, folks, from me, it's just to say, brilliant victory today. And it's good to see so much buzz around Home Park and positivity. It's good to get it back. And the playoffs. And even automatics is not beyond us. Argo 83 says, I'm banned from Argyle life just for bedwetting. GT saying 6 points off Luton ain't bad.
How can you be banned for bedwetting on Argyle life?
That takes some doing.
It's the fucking epicenter of bedwetting. And Joe is one of my good friends, right? But Joe Bell, not the beer, the man, is one of my good friends. But that is the epicenter of bedwetting. So Argo 83, what the hell have you done to out bedwet all the bedwetters? That's phenomenal. You need to tell us. Drop me in here.
Anyway, on that note, thank you to everybody for tuning in tonight, and for those of you that are and do get to the end on your podcast platform. From all of us, we'll see you Tuesday.
Take care, guys.